Hello, Snakes. My name is Dante, and today it's Podcast Tuesday once again. And Wizards of the Coast announced a new arena only set called Jumpstart Historic Horizons, which is basically just a combination between, Modern Horizons, replacing the modern part with Historic, Jumpstart, and Hearthstone. Yes, you heard me right. Hearthstone. Because most of the set is going to be reprints, but there's like 700 cards in the set, or like nearly 800 cards in the set, and this set is basically this the set will have like will have 35 new cards, with the rest being reprints and new cards for the historic format. Not really reprints, added to the format. And then they're even making cards from a special mechanic called the Conjure mechanic. So basically, there's a basically the new they're making like different themes with different cards you can get. Like, it's gonna be bigger than normal Jumpstart, because normal Jumpstart had it was actually like it had a few new cards with bunch of reprints and stuff, and I even had like a and then it had and it was tied to M21, so I had a few M21 cards in Jumpstart, and then now they're doing another Jumpstart, in which all of those Jumpstart cards were available in Historic, and you can get them through wildcards or by playing the limited time Jumpstart event that happened twice, once upon release, and then like at the end, and then they did an end of the year Jumpstart again. Now they're gonna soon, when they add it, they're gonna make an event for Jumpstart available until 9th of September. And yeah, so there's three mechanics in the set that I'll have to explain to you before we begin into the podcast. So there's cards called which are gonna be most probably arena exclusive, which are practically impossible to make in paper. Perpetually. The first mechanic is basically perpetually. It permanently gets changed, and the card modifies itself even when it goes into a different zone. Like, it stays like how it is on the hand, battlefield, graveyard, exile, library. Yeah, it's just like you have to modify a card completely. Like, something can give perpetually give a creature +2/+2. So if it's a 3/3, then it's actually a 5/5. And then like if you have something that says creatures in your hand perpetually get +1/+1, that means all of your creatures in your hand will just be stronger. They just and stuff like that. Yeah, like when a creature goes to your hand, it gets a +1/+1 when it goes to the battlefield and stuff permanently, and yeah, and then like and then perpetuity might actually become a thing in paper. They're just gonna have to try and like fix it a bit and stuff. But then there's another mechanic called Seek. Seek basically allows you to randomly search your library for a card that fits the qualifications for the Seek mechanic, and then you put it into your hand. And you don't have to reveal it, though, I think. But you don't have to shuffle your library either. You just randomly search for a card of the type, and like, for example, CK creature with power 2 or less. You just randomly take one power 2 or less creature from your deck and put it into your hand. And then there is Conjure, which basically allows you to get a random card from outside the game and generates a copy to put into your hand, which basically, depending on the card, is so it's similar to Seek, but it goes from outside the game, not from your library. And And then some cards have like a certain list of Conjuration cards, which they're gonna be modifying, kind of like Ask Urza. Like in Unstable, they had an Urza Planeswalker where basically you had to go to a website if you did its loyalty abilities, and like you have to click the buttons and it does random effects that keep on changing. Yeah, they actually keep on changing to adjust themselves to different planeswalkers and stuff. Then there's the I don't know if it's just gonna be one card, but there's gonna be several cards. I think maybe more than one that will have like just a reward and a price, like a random, like kind of like a conjuration, but like you get a random effect, positive and a random negative effect, kind of like a Ask Urza. Yeah. Let's go to the combo of the week to start off, and it is Ruthless Ripper, Eudora, and Heartless Summoning. So you just kill off your opponents with this combo. So basically, you have to have Eudora out on the battlefield, then, Heartless Summoning or any sack outlet. Heartless Summoning just instantly kills Ruthless Ripper, so that's why I chose Heartless Summoning, and also it makes your stuff cheaper. But basically, what you have to do is you have Eudora out, then like you have Ruthless Ripper, then you sack Ruthless Ripper, or you have Eudora, then you cast Ruthless Ripper, and like basically make someone. You don't have you have to. It's not when it enters battlefield, so you just have to. So it dies, then it goes back to the battlefield face down, and it turns into a tree. Well, a forest, not a tree. The tree is the Eudora, and like turns into a forest, but it's face down. So that means Ruthless Ripper. Use the morph ability. Reveal black card from your hand. Just reveal black card from your hand. Flip face up Ruthless Ripper. Make someone lose life. Then sacrifice Ruthless Ripper. And then do this until you just kill someone. Oh, and infinite green mana. Oh, yeah, infinite green mana. Just tap it for green every time. You have infinite green mana and you get to kill someone. That's the trick, and that's a combo of the week. But we also have a non-bow with each combo. And it is Enter the Infinite and Teferi's Aegis inside. That is a non-bow, because you die. Yeah. Well, turns into a combo if you're using a Lab Maniac or anything that makes you win when you deck out. Because Enter the Infinite, what it does is counts the number of cards in your library, then draws you that many cards. And then Teferi's Aegis inside doubles each card you draw, except for the first one you draw. So then, you just let's say you got 50 cards in your library. You're going to draw 50 cards. Actually, you draw 100 cards. Since you're drawing more than 50, since you're drawing with an empty library, you lose. That's the non-bow. It's a weak. And yeah, because it doesn't even give you time to send a card to the top of your library. And it's just a funny non-bow that somehow many people play in the same deck, like Enter the Infinite and Teferi's Aegis inside go in the same deck. The Locust God deck, Nif Mizzet, anything, yeah. That's a non-bow because, well, you just die. So you just play Teferi's Aegis inside or Enter the Infinite. But don't remove one of them just because they non-bow. Keep them both in there. Just play one or the other. Don't play Enter the Infinite when you have Teferi's Aegis inside. Just wanted to tell you that. That's the non-bow of the week. And now for the number 10, and it is Return to the Ranks. X and double white sorcery with Convoke and return X-star creatures with CMC. MV 2 or less from your graveyard to battlefield. It's not CMC, it's MV. I have to adjust to that new wording because it's MV, not CMC. So yeah, there's gonna be 10 cards in this podcast with a bonus section as well of free Conjuration cards. And yeah, I can tell you, they are very cool, so you need to stick to the end. Yeah, they're better than number 1. Let's return to the ranks. And yeah, it's gonna just be very powerful to those white weenie decks and stuff. And since they're just playing cheap stuff, and yeah, you just bring everything back. It's just so good, yeah. Well, they're adding it to Arena now. Like, you know, what's the funny stuff? The funny part about the new about Jumpstart, not this one, the one from last year. They actually modified cards in Jumpstart. They replaced a few cards for Historic. They said some cards are either too powerful or too complicated to use in Arena and Historic, so they replaced those cards. So not all cards in Jumpstart are actually Historic legal. However, there are some cards that are off the main set. If you just play paper, more paper, not much Arena, then there's some that are actually in Historic right now and not in the main set. Yeah. Anyways, so it's looking cool so far, and hopefully next year they're making a paper-only Jumpstart set. We had a Arena/paper Jumpstart set. Then we have an Arena-only Jumpstart set. Now what? Paper-only Jumpstart set next year? I don't know. Hopefully. Now, to the number 9. The simple number 9. And it is Wingsteed Trainer. 4 mana, 2/3 human. With when entered battlefield or attacks, conjure Stormfront Pegasus into your hand. And if you were watching since the beginning of the podcast, conjure means you just take something from outside the game that fits the conjure requirements. So this takes Stormfront Pegasus into your hand. And if you don't know what Stormfront Pegasus is, it's a 2 mana 2/1 with flying. So that's what I said about how Magic the Gathering Arena will now have Hearthstone mechanics. Like, it's gonna like modify cards, add cards into your hand and stuff. Like, well, they were actually like they were for oh, thanks for following me. Yeah, nothing. Thank you. So how are you? Oh, nice. That's cool. I'm now just 3 followers away from getting to the 100 mark. Yeah, that's and yeah, and so yeah, and then Wingseed Trainer, and also since it takes it from outside the game, then I assume that the Stormfront Pegasus card you're taking from outside the game, it can exceed 4. So that's cool. I guess I think they will, but it's really cool how they're making a Hearthstone mechanics in Magic the Gathering Arena. If you're playing Historic and like, there's gonna be like a few, like there's still gonna be Standard and Sealed, which are not gonna have those uh, Hearthstone Hearthstone abilities and stuff, or yeah, Hearthstone mechanics. And then I'm pretty sure some historic events will not have those Hearthstone mechanics, like a a traditional historic. I don't know, but they're trying to take a new step into something, and that looks cool because I used to play Hearthstone and Plants vs Zombies Heroes, and they had some really cool mechanics, and like that would be nice if they add this to Magic the Gathering. But then Magic the Gathering is a paper environment, paper. It's a card game with actual cards, so it's gonna be very complicated for to do that. 2019, they released the Mystery Booster playtest cards, and then that's when they actually like they teased that we were gonna get a similar mechanic, like uh, because they had cards like that put tokens into your graveyard or into your hand or library. Like for example, there's time time corridor or something. I don't know, like a 8 mana sorcery that takes an extra turn after this one. But then if you have in your opening hand, you could decide it to put 4 time walk tokens and shuffle them into your library. Yeah, that was an actual playtest. Yeah, and but now I think these playtest cards are the MTGA only cards. Yeah, the digital only cards and mechanics. So to Golden Eight, we have Lumbering Light Shield, 2 mana, 1/4 illusion with 100 battlefield. Target opponent reveals a non-land card at random from. Oh, thanks for following, Almond Xiao. Wow. Okay. So let's uh, talk about the Lumbering Light Shield, and let's say it's basically I don't know why it says target opponent. Maybe this card might be a paper card because either that or MTG Arena is foretelling a what's it called? Oh yeah, a multiplayer mode where you play with more than 2 people and you actually play 3 or more. Like they're gonna make like a special historic brawl free for all. That's because if it's gonna be a digital only card, it's a your opponent, not target opponent. Or well, probably they wanted to make it so it's targeting, but I don't know. Either that or this card's going to paper, or they're making a multiplayer format for Magic the Gathering Arena, and then Lumbering Light Shield actually is cool because it's because basically you make them. Hi, Omon Chow, how are you? Thanks. Yeah, and then Lumbering Light Shield is it's basically it's an interesting card because well it it's good because of stats as well, and then basically you just see a random card from the opponent's hand, and then it costs 1 more to cast forever, even if it's uh, even if it just when they cast it and then you send it back to their hand, or they're casting it elsewhere or something, it's still gonna have in its text. This spell costs 1 generic mana more to cast. And yeah, this is actually, whoa. So yeah, say, so Lumbering Light Shield, 2 mana, 1/4, really good card, and yeah. Let's go to the simple number 7, and it is Faceless Agent. 3 mana, 2/1, shapeshifter with changeling, and when to battlefield, seek a creature with the most prevalent creature type in your library, which I'm guessing it basically it counts the number of creatures of a certain creature type, and then it takes a random card, a random creature of that creature type, and it puts it into your hands. So that's a seek mechanic card, and it's cool because it seeks one of your creatures of the type, and it's cool. And it has changeling, so it also has old types. So you just play in a tribal deck, and yeah, you just take the card of the type you need. Yeah, really cool. Faceless Agent number 7, a really cool card, and that we're gonna see in the new set. And also, and I mean, there's not gonna be much tribal stuff in Arena. Maybe elves, but not much. And yeah, it's maybe elves tribal is gonna be the only tribal in Arena. But yeah, Faceless Agent, 3 mana, 2/1 shapeshifter, and with changeling, and seeks a creature of the type that you basically want. Basically, and it's really cool. Number 7, Faceless Agent. Now for the number 6, and it is wait, what? What? Oh darn. Okay. Thanks. That's nice. Now, Manor Guardian. 3 mana, 4/3 demon. Oh, that's actually good stats so far. Really cool. And then, basically, when it dies, both players seek a non-land card with MV2 or less. So that's another seek card, and it works with both players. So it grants both players the advantage, and like, imagine the opponent's just playing Gigantha, and then you just, and then as their companion, and then basically, and basically, they have nothing that's CMC 2 or less. Why do I have to get used to saying MV, not CMC? Because in Strixhaven they changed the term for CMC and changed it to MV, and basically that's cool if you're playing like cheap stuff, and then like the opponent might not be playing cheap stuff. And Manor Guardian is just a really cool card. It's a 3 mana 4/3 as well, so it hits strong. And yeah, it seeks, and it's cool. Number 6, Manor Guardian, and it's just really cool. So let's just go into the number 5, and it is Sarcan, Wanderer to Shiv. 4 mana, 4 loyalty, legendary planeswalker Sarcan with +1. Your dragons have perpetually have costs 1 less to cast, and rather than paying the mana cost, you can actually pay generic mana equal to its mana value. So you basically, you when you +1 it grants your giants perpetually the ability to you cast them for 1 mana cheaper, and you can basically spend any color of mana to cast them. And for 0, you conjure Shivan Dragon into your hand, which Shivan Dragon is a classic. It's a classic card, and yeah, it's from Alpha, and it's just and if you don't know, it is a 6 mana 6/6 dragon with flying and fire breathing. Oh, yeah, I think you're doing emote combos. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. So yeah, and say, and then -2, it deals 3 damage to target creature. So just a -2, just a removal, and it's pretty cool. And yeah, it's actually very good. Yeah, just say, so Sarcan is actually powerful as you, but not powerful enough for arena. This would be great if you could play commander in arena, or you can play brawl, but it's a 1v1 format. That's the thing. And then and this seems cool, but it's actually weak for historic and stuff. Historic brawl maybe, but it looks cool though. That's what we can all agree on. And then for number 4, we have Tome of the Infinite. 3 mana legendary artifact with 1 blue, tap and conjure a random card from Tome of the Infinite's spellbook into your hand. It perpetually gains. You can spend mana as or mana of any card to cast a spell. So the Tome of the Infinite Conjuration cards are going to be from a list of random cards that Wizards of the Coast would define and predefine and stuff. I don't know exactly. And it would take a random card from there and just you put it into your hand and it's really cool though. It's just just use it and then you just get a random card. And they're gonna add the list and then add cards to the list and then they're gonna modify it as well. Like with askers.com. They're gonna modify it as well. They actually still modify the askers.com site for some reason. Yeah. And that's the number 4, Tome of the Infinite. To the golden free, we have remember to add if you haven't already. And okay. So yeah, 3 mana, free human soldier with when Ranger Captain of Eos enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a creature with CMC 1 or less, reveal it, put in your hand, then shuffle. Yes, this card is in Historic Horizons. Card from Modern Horizons 1. They reprinted lots of cards from Modern Horizons 1 into Historic Horizons. And basically, You can sacrifice the Ranger Captain of Eos to make your opponents not be able to cast non-creature spells this turn. And yeah. Anyone remembers when Modern Horizons 1 was like announced and stuff, and then in Arena they actually had an announcement that led you to basically pre-ordering Modern Horizons kits and stuff. Yeah, that made lots of people think they were actually going to add Modern Horizons to Magic Gathering Arena. And that was before Historic, or the set Standard Plus that was going to come out soon. Which, it's the Historic format, basically. They said that they're going to make like a Standard Plus, where they're going to bring back they're going to bring back the old sets that were on Arena. Then they just add more cards to it and stuff like that. And then they decided to make Historic, where they just rotated out sets. Oh, hi Carter, how are you? And then basically the Historic format, the rotated out sets, I'm good. The rotated out sets became Historic. Then they added random cards to Historic through events and anthologies. Then they added Historic sets like Kaladesh Remastered. Oh. And then they added like Kaladesh Remastered and Amonkhet Remastered. Jumpstart even got added. And yeah, and now we're getting the new Jumpstart 2 set. Jumpstart Historic Horizons. Although some people call it Jumpstart 2 because it's the sequel to Jumpstart. Yeah. Let's just go into number 2. And it is Faceless Lieutenant, 2 mana 1/1 human soldier with 1 to battlefield. Put a +1/+1 counter on each other human you control. And then whenever another human enters battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on Faceless Lieutenant. This might revive humans and stuff like that. Or add the new humans strategy on Arena Historic. And basically, and it's actually cool because it's like what is it? There's just 1 mana 1/1 that whenever another human enters battlefield under your control, you put a +1 counter on it. Well, Faceless Lieutenant is just that, but you pay 1 extra mana, so it gives a +1 counter on the other humans you have as they enter the battlefield. And then like Wooburg Humans in Modern is one of the most powerful decks in the format, and it's actually very powerful. And like it actually defeats my Modern deck, the Burn deck. And I think now with this in Historic, this might mean there's going to be a new Humans deck in Historic. That's the number 2, and like this has potential to be played in Historic. The number 1, and it is Dabrio, Soul Broker. 4 mana, 4 loyalty legendary planeswalker Dabrio. With until your next turn, whenever an opponent attacks you and/or planeswalkers you control, they discard a card. And if they can't, they sacrifice an attacking creature. Thanks. Yeah. Yeah, I liked Among Us when it still was a thing. So yeah, and like I just kept it like that. Still cool. And yeah. I made it myself, by the way. Yeah. All of these animations, I just made them myself. And this was like the one which I actually used. And it's actually So Dabrio, that's the number one. And then -2, you accept one of his offers, which then you have to accept one of his conditions. So there's going to be a list of offers, which will give you really powerful stuff. But then there's another condition, which will really set you back as well. But they're going to update the conditions and the offers after the set release. But they announced some or all of the offers and conditions for now. So yeah, thanks. Then -3. Target creature perpetually gets -3/-3. And yeah, just stays like this forever. Finally, Dabrio gets another Planeswalker, so a card, and like it's now Mythic Planeswalker even. Because the only Dabrio card is a uncommon Planeswalker from War of the Spark. And like he was like one of the not sure if an protagonist or antagonist, I don't remember exactly. From the Children of the Nameless book. And it's actually a really cool book. And it has a Dabrio in it, yeah. It's set in Innistrad, yeah. So yeah, Dabrio is actually a really cool Planeswalker on his own. And these abilities are actually really powerful and stuff. Like the opponent has to discard cards if they attack you, if you use the +1, or him. And if they can't, they have to sacrifice attackers. Then -2, you just get one powerful effect and one powerful setback. Like powerful as in it will set you back really big. Yeah, that's what I mean by that. And then the -3 just it's a removal, or you just permanently set it backwards. The creature like makes it weaker. And yeah, say really, really cool card. Number 1. But it's not over yet. We have the bonus section. And it is and the bonus section, we got the Conjuration cards. These are the 3 that they actually like spoiled. Well, Shivan Dragon is not among them because they haven't announced how Shivan Dragon is going to be like. But they have Tropical Island. Yes, Tropical Island. That is actually a Conjuration card. Yeah. A land forest island, yeah. And then we've got Ponder. 1 mana sorcery, you just look at top 3 cards in your library then put them back in any order. You may shuffle, and then draw a card. Oh, thanks for subscribing, Gamer Girl. And yeah. So yeah, it's a really. And then we got Stormfront Pegasus. 2 mana, 2/1 flying, which can be conjured for the number 9 in this podcast. Wingsteed Trainer. And then basically Tropical Island is just really, really powerful. Yeah. I don't know if the other 9 are gonna be there, but well, they're not breaching the reserve list because this isn't a reprint. This is a digitalized card. Like if they can make Vintage Masters and reprint the Power 9 and tons of vintage reserve list cards, then of course they can have Tropical Island as a Conjuration card. So yeah, that is actually really powerful. And Ponder, that's gonna change stuff probably. But I think Brainstorm's in the format, yeah. So Ponder might not change much because Brainstorm's in the format. Yes, Mystical Archives actually in Historic. Like some special sets from different sets are in Historic. So basically, Mystical Archive isn't Historic. Is in Historic now. So yeah, congratulations! You've reached the end of the podcast. So why don't you like and subscribe and follow if you aren't already? Share with friends. Stay tuned to my next videos, streams, and podcasts. Podcasts will be live every Tuesday at 4 p.m. GMT or 6 p.m. CET. So stay tuned to them. Watch my other videos too. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And bye.